What's going on? I want to do this quick one with you guys because I know a lot of people are caught up in a lot of shit, going on, dead old dudes, gender beef war, all kind of stuff. But I'm going to tell you right now, all that ain't going to matter in a couple of weeks, probably 1 or 2 months. All that's not going to matter anymore because after that stunt that just happened with them 19 kids, two adults being shot at that school, oh, they're going to crack down. They're going to be a reckoning. See, this is not like it. This is not like it is when blacks shoot each other up or die. No, you're dealing with a higher authority who has the funding and the push. And y'all blacks want to keep talking about gender or who did or this and that, and finding out about some like all that's not going to matter soon enough. All that's not gonna matter. I'm telling you right now, man. What's coming down the pipe right now after them Latino kids were killed, them 19 children and two adults were killed. This is not the same when y'all Negroes die. This is not the same when white kids, pop their, no. You are now dealing with a class of people that are the working class of America that literally put in their time with voting, do a whole lot. Pretty much, they are the replacement class, and their kids are dead. So, first off, with guns are going to start getting the suppression of getting ammunition is going to get a lot more harder. It's going to be watched more. It's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot more strict to get ammunition. And I'm telling you right now, you can only buy so many boxes of ammunition now. I can only imagine if they start making it to where you got to have a certain license to get ammunition. And so you're hearing people have these little goofy conversations. What's going on, Mo? You're hearing people have these little goofy conversations about sex and dating and all that stuff. That shit don't matter, man. Like it ain't gonna matter much longer. Like all y'all talking points on YouTube are about to get flushed out. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna you're gonna definitely you're gonna start getting pushed to the side. Hmm. I went and got ammunition. I went and made my purchases, and I went and stalked away. I don't know why I'm talking about this with black people or just anybody in general because at the end of the day, it's incumbent upon man wants to die. That's literally in the Bible. It's incumbent upon man wants to die. It is inherently in our nature. And I'm trying to tell y'all, one, y'all going to start seeing why people don't want to have children no more. Because children back then, people people would have there was some there used to be a certain type of moralic code of why you don't do certain stuff around schools. You don't do certain stuff. Nowadays, teachers want to get firearms. They want to get guns. They want to be able to fight and defend themselves as they should. It is their right. I have mixed feelings about it, but I understand. The school atmosphere is drastically changing. Mm. The best way but I honestly, I know y'all gonna say, "Well, guns ain't the answer," but right now, nobody wants to hear the soft, easy fruition. Yeah, I do apologize about that, y'all. I'm on my phone. I do not feel like being at my computer desk, so that's why. Um, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. America's gonna want some blood, and y'all gonna say, "Well, no, man. Like, um, three things gonna possibly happen. One, uh, because you just killed that. You just shot at the populace of people that are having children. Yes, the Latino community is having children, and they some of them are dead. Oh no, 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 no! I didn't fall asleep. I just like when I get like if people text me or call me while I'm on my phone, I go on mute. Can't do nothing about it. I just don't. I'm just lazy. I'm lazy to get on my computer like that nowadays. Um, next thing, ammunition. I told y'all, and y'all, nobody see nobody listens. This is how I know it's a trend, and I don't take. That's why I don't take it serious when it comes to like people talking anymore. It's because the time for preparation is over with, man. Like a box of 38, just buying 38. That literally ran me up to $100 for two boxes. Now the thing about it is the supply and demand to get ammunition is suffocating now. It is getting harder and harder to get ammunition. They can't get the guns that are already out there off the street, but you can slow down that of getting ammunition or literally that of creating ammunition. And see, that's the thing about it people don't understand. Like once them supply lines of getting ammunition are gone, they're gone. This is this is it. And everybody wants Everybody wants some type of oh, we can come together, let's pray, let's do that. Y'all can save y'all prayers. They don't want to pray. They don't want to pray. But what they do want is they want to find out where people with these ideologies and talking points online are coming from. And you know what? They want them snuffed out. And see, this is where it's coming to now. It's going to be that of the online lynch mob. And I'm telling y'all, y'all are going to want to start changing y'all talking points. Y'all are going to want to probably, y'all might need to start getting rid of y'all channels. All these channels talking about men, all these channels talking about women, all these channels talking about certain races or archetypes or government kind of things. Y'all better start getting rid of that shit now. Because best believe they are now looking at the internet. Full scope. You had two shooters that have gone on killing sprees that have gotten their fan base of ideologies from the internet. And so y'all can kind of say BMT, you're conflating. No, you're just dumb as fuck. But I'm telling you how I would approach it and think about it. I'm telling you how investigators are going to look at it. They're going to go look at where do they frequent, where do they hang, where do they get the talking points, where do they get the ideologies, where do they get the thinking and the um the apparatus to do what they do or go around thinking like this. And see, they're going to start looking at these online forums, chats, groups, and we don't really have. I got to be for real. A lot of people do not have the type of covering or protection, man. I don't know, man. I can drop the link. I don't care. I'm willing to talk with y'all guys and just rap with y'all. Just for like an hour. Probably I would probably do it out if nobody comes up. Then hey, I did mine. I did it. You know, I at least gave y'all a little midnight conversation to think about. But I'm telling y'all right now, man, that this it don't give it. It does not matter what president comes in now. It's not going to matter. It's no longer about what president we get. It's no longer about what political side. Literally, the terraforming of the police state will be getting put into play soon after in a few more months. Y'all thinking that the police state will not be coming? You're out of your fucking mind. There's no way 21 dead people, 19 dead babies, and two dead adult law-abiding citizens, especially minorities, and this is back to back. So that would be 10 on the first on 10 plus also 19 more. That's 29. That's almost about 30. I'm sorry. The government is not going to overlook that. There is no way in hell that you're telling me the government can ever overlook that. And I know y'all gonna say freedom of speech. The government now is saying fuck your freedom of speech. You gave that shit up the minute you signed up for Google. You gave that up when you joined on to MySpace and all these other kind of ventures. You gave that up. You got to be very mindful. This is why I said, hey, choose your words wisely. Choose your words wisely from here on. You know, I used to. I remember we was on deployment. There was a soldier that made a derogatory statement, but then what happened? It got overlooked until he got into a situation where he did something. They took his rifle, put him in the brig, and looked up his back form. I don't know what we're gonna do from here on, man. And I know y'all gonna say, "Well, it's American culture." Well, they're about to say, we maybe need to rectify American culture. Mm, y'all black people, I gave y'all some time. Whites, Latinos. I wanted to wait. I know I'm not giving the latest tea or the latest gossip, but I do genuinely try to have these conversations with you guys. At this point, it's not going to matter. I can try to have a plausible conversation, one to build up off of, to have respect, some type of class. But y'all gonna see, man. There's a great culling coming, and ain't nothing y'all can say or do or say, well, it's my right or my freedom. It's gonna be just fool. Hmm. Well, I did wait. I'm not gonna wait no more. I'm just letting y'all know right now, Biden's already on that pinnacle podium. Biden's up there already talking about there need to be some changes. Y'all don't think Zuckerman and a lot of them dudes online are not going to start throwing some daggers out? All y'all people from different sectors, y'all get prepared. Just be prepared because what's about to happen, y'all gonna see, and y'all gonna say, "Oh wait, no, like they can't do that. I have a right." No, they can do that. They've been jumping over a lot of rights lately. Okay, I try to give it to 20 minutes. You can't come up and chat, Callie. Okay, them 19 Hispanic kids dead. Gun. Well, okay. So you asked the question, what would it change to? Well, first of all, and I'm glad you asked the question, Deborah. And I'll answer that question. Thank you. I try to give it some time for y'all to answer these questions, and I'm glad you asked the question. So do what? So let me make sure I get that question up properly. So first off, the talking points that are online are going to be heavily censored and being looked at. We knew about this. I've seen this already done before when I was in the military, where the same guy who had killed an Afghani a few children, they started looking at all of our texts, messages, posts, anything that we entertained as soldiers, all the way to all the soldiers to Germany. And if anybody was caught with any type of verbiage, they were to be immediately reprimanded. In other words, you would have been bussed down to a private. Okay. The next thing that literally, and y'all don't think the government can't do that. You really don't know the government like that. See, there's a false facade that you think you have a choice when you don't have a choice. That's the bit. That's the greatest game that they ever played. You're telling yourself you have a choice, and I got to be for real. Like 29. This is 29 people dead, and literally there's a all stemming and coming from the same origins. A lot of these people have a lot of mental problems. A lot of these people were getting hyped up from internet and online talking points. They don't give a shit. Well, they should have done this. They should have done that. Americans aren't good at taking accountability. But one thing that they're good at doing is being rectified and being disciplined and being put into their place. Black people, especially a lot of y'all in these talking point and these centers, y'all are going to get y'all asses stomped in. And y'all possibly need to probably start cleaning shit up. Callie, I mean, you could try to come up. I tried to get you up here. What's going on, Mel? How you doing?
Oh, I'm I'm sad
About what?
about the children. Um, like they're scaring you. You know, they're killing children. They're scaring children. You know, this generation of children have been afflicted with different stages of trauma in this country, and I'm not sure what it's going to look like 20 years from now. There was a time that everybody assumed that things get better. Like, for instance, when I was growing up as a young teenager, before the crack epidemic, there was a trajectory of things getting better. All you had to do was work hard, stay out of trouble, get married, have children, and
Mm-hmm.
retire as soon as humanly possible. That's all you had to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's there's so many obstacles in the way of this thing called the pursuit of happiness, which is
Right.
becoming a facade.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that the government is doing, or dare I say the world leaders, the tyrants of the world are doing, they are stomping out any con- like concept of happiness that a child could, like there was a time, right, during the depression era when everybody was hungry and starving, and they was lucky if they got half an apple for dinner, or you know, some water. you know they were trying to make it, growing their own food and all this other kind of stuff. And
Right.
eventually they came out with cartoons, right? And cartoons gave the children a sense of hopefulness to escape the misery of poverty. And then eventually, as time went on, the government instituted social programs that weren't afforded to our people, of course, at the time, but eventually civil rights came along. And things, my point is, things were on a trajectory of uh, collective economic participation. And now it's becoming increasingly clear that the powers that be don't want us to be anything other than subjected to their whimsy, their tyranny, and
What if
and
what if that's by choice, brother? Now I'm gonna ask you a question. What if that's by choice? What if that is literally by choice? I'm hearing you what you're saying, but I think blacks are actually happy where they at. This no problems here, no issues. Why change it?
I had mentioned that unfortunately, people in this country don't choose to think for themselves. That stems from complaint, like the the complaints. How can I pronounce it? I told you I'm in bed, right? Because I usually sound more alert, but I'm literally in bed, and I've been crying all day, like there's just so much terribleness in the world right now, and it's kind of bothering me. And it doesn't usually bother me, right? But it's kind of bothering me because I want to be a grandmother, and I'm
Right.
like, I don't know if I really want, you know, my grandchild to experience what I perceive is to come 20 years from now. But anyway, back to what you were saying. Um,
Do you think that's going to put a curve? And see, I want to put this at a lot of young women.
yeah.
I don't think young women want to risk it putting their kids in school anymore. I'm just being honest that, and I'm telling you what I'm hearing, that y'all could try to shame these young girls and talk about this abortion shit. They're gonna be like, "Fuck that," and now they can say Texas. Fuck that. Then this is multiple. These are school shootings that are popping up. It don't even matter the culture or the climate now. They're like, "Yo, these gunmen don't care. Anybody could get it now."
Okay, let's examine the profile of the gunman, right? The murderer, the terrorist, right? First of all, he was, you know, somebody that was bullied, and from what I understand, he experienced violations in his childhood, and he became a little. He was known to abuse animals for fun, and so there were signs of him being psychotic, and people like that, they try to cover it up with, oh, he's not him specifically, but when weird kids, like kids that are obviously without friends, and I believe he had a speaking impediment as well. So he pretty much isolated himself to the point where he started doing all types of, imaginings of destroying
Right.
something.
Right.
So he really, and he had his back up against the wall as to what it is to be a normal thinking person. He was not able to be a normal thinking person. What I'm trying to figure out is how we can identify who are the abnormal thinking amongst us, so we can isolate, like, look, okay, you doing some abnormal shit and you doing some abnormal shit. We're gonna put y'all together in this this area called the abnormal people, heal, and just, have you guarded and looked after. Like, there are people that actually need to be institutionalized, not necessarily like after they commit a crime, of course they have to go to a criminal institution, but like, you know, a precognitive, and I hate to use the Minority Report type of imaginings, but like you can't actually spot when somebody has the propensity of wreaking havoc in society because of the way they isolate themselves. You can tell whether or not somebody is possibly dangerous. You can actually identify that. And I think those people need to be called out, and they need to be put aside uh, in a way that they won't harm society. They don't have to be tortured for it. Just like, look, you don't get to play with our system. You don't get to play in this game that's known as, civilized, decent society. To me, there are too many mongrels running around, like, and then they got access to this thing called the internet. you
Hmm.
know that's not regulated or governed, or you don't have to.
I don't think they figured out how to properly regulate the internet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no holistic. I mean, they have
Just
started cut like.
Any Joe Smo, Blow, Jane Doe, anybody could just conjure themselves into integrating with anybody, and depending on how influential and weak-minded a person is, it could do more harm than good. So I don't know. We got a ways to go. I just, I know this is not the first massacre in the world. I'm just saying, that public school shooting uh was how can I put this? It's like I put myself there. It's like I put myself there. I was like, wow, a little girl going to school, playing with a friend, looking forward to playing with her friends at recess, and some crackpot, insane jerk busts in there,
I
locks
got a question.
himself,
I got a
and
question.
just shoots everybody in the room.
But let me ask you: Do y'all women? Let me ask you: Do y'all women feel safe? Do y'all women feel safe that for your grandchildren to go to school?
Well, I'm a different breed, so I don't feel I don't feel I think, right? So I think that things will be adjusted to accommodate the greater safety. Like this is something, this is what they call a loophole. This is they're going to be able to guard children more,
Mm-hmm.
as a result of this. As a result of this, they see that there's a need to guard children more. So if anything, they're gonna, it's kind of like after 9/11, how they started TSA. When
Mm-hmm.
prior to that, it was just a bunch of minimum wage people just standing around and playing hacky sack while customers was going through a half working metal detector. I mean, you know, protection is going to be amped up after this. So, no, I'm not afraid.
I want to say something.
Go ahead,
BT,
Chaos.
are you
Yeah,
there,
go ahead,
man?
Kim. Yeah, go
Hi,
ahead.
Chaos.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
go ahead.
remembered the shooting in Connecticut a
Yeah,
decade ago? Y'all remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. Columbine.
Yeah,
Does anybody know the month that happened 10 years
this
ago?
month, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's
Isn't
close around the
ironic?
anniversary.
Isn't
Mm-hmm.
ironic this happened the same month this when the thing with I forgot what part of Connecticut was again.
It's
Salem?
also Mental Health Awareness Month.
I'm not concerned about mental. I'm concerned about the time till now because it just hit me just now as I came up on your panel that this seems like the same thing with the Connecticut shooting of 12
Yeah, the
people.
month of May.
Yeah, but the problem is they couldn't identify, but it happened. But this one they could, and we were under a so-called Democrat president at the time. I'm sorry, knows with these people in office, there's always case of shootings of schools. I could be wrong, but I gotta start doing some little digging on this. See, there's a trend here because it seemed to me that people are getting emotion. They're hoping that the Hegelian effect will put into play the chaos effect. I caused the order disorder, then I must restore the order, and would say you must step in now to put some regulations to step in to suppress all this. I'm saying is with the security with school systems. Obviously, we all know that they only heavily secure black schools,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, but they never secure all schools. You ever notice that? But when these caucusers get in their feelings, they go out and they start killing everybody. You know what I'm saying, I'm not sure how deep we can go on this, BNT, because I know you got white on followers on
No,
your
no, no.
channel.
It's fine. It's fine. Like
But they
I'm
got to
saying, with
understand that you got to talk about the serious issues that this
it,
affects all Americans. You know what I'm saying?
it's going to affect everybody. Nobody's going to escape this, and nobody's going to escape this from chaos. And
Mm.
everybody getting hit.
I mean, well, that's I'm not sure how deep the hit you think is happening right now with this. You can give me a background because I just tuned in, so I'm not sure how long you've been streaming. So, what hit you think will be the outcome of this from your perspective? That was a question. What hit you think the outcome will be with this? You know, we had this shooting, we had the Buffalo shooting a week ago, I think, and then we have this. You know, I saw some sports analysts they getting the feeling say it's not safe. What we should do? They need to do something. You know, they're feeding into the emotions, BMT, because they want you to react. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's bad, but they want people to get an emotional response, feeling. So the big brother come and says, "Save us," and I say, "Yeah, I will save you." You know, I don't like it personally. You know, but I think there's such a bigger trend going on here. And mind you, this is the same president, BMT, that created the so-called crime bill 28 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So,
I hear you.
so
I want to ask this question. Do
yeah, go
you
ahead.
think it's fair to say, actually y'all too, that the content and the talking points are going to start being skewed and pushed into hate speech because of this situation? Yes or no?
Um, hate speech for this shooting. To be honest with you, personally, everything that any person said in the mouth so far, this far, is considered hate speech for anything now. You get me? Personally,
Uh-huh.
in my opinion. Because let's be honest, we always get asked who's the hate speech directed? Is it directed to all or just on a specific group of people? You get me? Because when we say something as men, it could be quote unquote labeled as hate speech, keeping certain things real, personally, you know? So we have to always we have to define what is this thing we call hate speech? Is this for everything or just a certain set of group of people? You know? Especially if you're being factual, it can be considered hate speech. So, like I said, the
Mm.
language and the word itself is we have to be very careful, you know, because they're not being specific. You know, they label pretty much everything now from what I'm going as hate speech. So that's the only answer I can give you, person. But what else? What other questions? Besides that, yeah,
Um,
you watch this bit up on the panel, you know. But it's good that you're talking about this. And the funny thing about this BT, it's not even the summertime yet, bro. You know, and it's gonna get hot. I think the summer's gonna get hot, personally.
is there anything like now? I would tell anybody, listen, y'all. Even if you don't use a firearm, get yourself a little 22. Get yourself a little 22.
That's
Get
fair.
yourself some type of defense because things are going to change. It's going to get a lot harder.
Mm-hmm. One thing with weapons, besides people that's not familiar, what will be a 22? That's like a basic weapon. Is that easy to clean and stuff? You know, because sometimes a lot of us when we own weapons, we don't know how to maintenance the weapons. So I might have to look at what a 22 is personally. But you don't want to get a weapon that you're not gonna. You're just gonna sit it down, and we know you're not gonna use it unless you need it. But if you don't maintain it, it could jam on you. Correct? Certain weapons. That's why I'm sorry, notice they will jam on you. So if you own a weapon, make sure you know how to maintain the weapon. It's very important. Maintenance. So let me see. Oh, you only been on here for 39 minutes.
There's a comment saying that, hey, with all these babies that you're making, it's hard to tell
Mm,
who's the infinity shooter.
yeah. Yeah, man. And I thought it was a woman that did it when I looked at the picture, but it said it's a boy. You know. Was this boy a adult or he was a teenager when he shot this up? BMT.
Mm, I would want to give it. This was an adult. This was an adult.
He was an adult.
Yes, he
Oh,
was. He was not no child. So let's not give him the child card. He was
I
a
think that's
full on adult.
all right. Yeah, it looks like and he's behind. He's in jail right now. Correct? Cause they caught him, right? He didn't took his life, right?
No, no, no.
Okay, good, good. So that let me see. He's gonna probably get a long sentence, or possibly death penalty, depending how the public feels about this. We all know Peyton killed 10 black women and 2 black men, and obviously his fate is sealed. You know what I'm saying? This dude right here, he's done for. Yeah. And the funny thing about it is, one white dude, white supremacist, killed black women, and the next week, this one kills their own people. Hmm. It's a trend going on here. I don't know anything else, bro. So I just keep my eyes onto the monitor, glue in, man, and see the actual outcomes of this. Under this administration,
Uh-huh.
they're just enticing the people right now so they could create new laws, new bills, stuff, so they can get some more money and make life a little challenging already. But one thing is evident: this government doesn't really give a fuck about spending the necessary resource to heal mental illness, especially people that is suffering the worst mental illness because the loss of jobs, the rise of inflation, prices going up. It's gonna make a lot of Caucasians go crazy, bro. And the two things they do, they either commit suicide or they take somebody out. It's one or the other. So anybody else coming up? It's going right. I
Uh,
know it's late night, guys, but it's a good conversation so far. Anyway, I know you keep yourself protected as always, BMT. So you prepare for
that's the
anything.
only thing I can ask for. That's why I just shut up and let people talk and give them that respect. You know what I'm saying? Chaos. So that way anybody can say what they got to say. But I'm saying in a few more months, y'all. Oh, well, BMT was it? No, no. I gave the officers a chance.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. And like I said, you're well prepared for anything, person, BMT. You know what I'm saying? You prepare your children, you prepare yourself. You're good, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think your kids are homeschool, right? They go to school still, right? They go to institution or they homeschool, person. No? No. I mean, I'm not saying people should homeschool their kids, but I mean, it is an option if you know how to. I mean, do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, kids got to interact with people at the personally. I think one time you told me that you had one lady that has a school system, black woman,
Right.
that in your neck of the woods, South Carolina, and I was hoping, praying that I want to have her on my call show because I need to start bringing some people that's teaching youth personally, for the sake of content because, like I said, if we're taking education seriously, we need to talk to people that have been doing it for at least over a decade or so to not only how they do it, the methods, but what direction you could take, you know, give guidance, because a lot of parents, let's be honest, BMT, average parents today, they leave it all to the institution to, supply their children enough knowledge so they could make some of themselves in the world. And from what we're seeing so far, that's not the case at all. Some of these kids not even at reading level or doing anything level basics, and they're thrown into the wolves of the world and getting eaten up, bro. I don't like it. I just don't like
I hope y'all ready, America. I
it.
hope y'all ready.
Hmm.
I hope America's ready. I really do.
I mean,
I'm gonna see y'all guys later. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the sack. I
yeah.
did say I was gonna go as long as I could. Hang on, we got somebody who said they wanted to come up. Hang on, let me see.
Oh God. Let's see what it says.
This is Michael. Oh, that's Michael. Michael just coming just to gaslight.
Uh,
All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all. Y'all take care and y'all stay fresh. Chaos, you might want to get on this. I'm telling you, bro.
Hmm.
That's a lot. That's the you just had it where the Hispanic class just got killed, man.
Hmm.
They,
Yeah.
those they Biden can't afford to overlook them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
know
guess.
y'all don't want to hear. Actually, here's the thing, but I know y'all don't want to hear that.
Hmm.
But the Hispanic class is one of the prime voting engines in America. So they're going to see what president is going to appease them.
Hmm.
Blacks, nobody's looking for your vote. I know y'all think that is true, but anybody can win without the black vote. That's possible. All you need is the gay in the Hispanic vote. You outdid the black vote.
Well, they said that right now for the last decade now, so black people are really right now really irrelevant in the voting block, especially for the big presidency. Now,
Mm.
for other local presidency, I'm not sure most black people are very vocal if they're voting locally. We might have to start going back and doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the only thing that we have left. But again, I'm gonna see y'all guys. Y'all take care. Y'all please head over to Chaos Rain or take it
Mhm.
over to Mo Reese Dope. I'm gonna see y'all guys later.